Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Jacksonville where police are asking for your help in identifying two people who may be connected to a theft at a local Belk store. Now, police say the two people you see in the photos may be related or have information on a theft that happened at the Belk on Western Boulevard. Now, if you or someone you know can identify these two individuals, officers ask that you call the Jacksonville Police Department at 910-938-6417. You can find that number at the bottom of your screen, or you can reach out to Onslow County Crime Stoppers at 910-938-3273. And now in Pitt County, police officers are asking for your help in identifying a man wanted for some break-ins. Now, here is the person in question. Again, on the morning of August 30th, deputies were called to a report on Highway 43 south of Greenville. This was the report of a potential break-in. There they found property damage and attempted breaking and entering. Now, if you have any information about this person, you can call the sheriff's office at 252-830-4141. Again, you can find that number there at the bottom of your screen, or you can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers at 252-758-7777. Now, also want to highlight the passing of a Craven County commissioner. Thomas Mark passed away, and he had been a longtime Craven County commissioner. He's been serving the county since 2010. He represented District 1, which included much of northern Craven County. He served 4 terms as chairman and 2 as vice chairman, according to the board. He was also on several other boards and committees, including the Carolina East Regional Health System Board and the Highway 70 Corridor Committee. Now, Vice Chairman Jason Jones said, quote, "Tom's life can be defined by one word: fighter. He fought for the things that he thought would be beneficial for this county. He fought for the district in which he represented, and he fought for his own life in the face of health issues. Tom was not only my colleague, but my friend," end quote. Now, Mark and his wife Lorraine moved to Craven County in 2000 from New York. During his tenure, the Board of Commissioners says he was key in several projects' success. Those include establishing an opioid response effort, Riverfront Convention Center renovations, and Highway 70 and 17 improvement advocacy. Commissioner Mark also helped lead recovery and resiliency projects after Hurricanes Irene, Matthew, and Florence hit Craven County. Now, Craven County Manager Jack Veet says, quote, "Commissioner Mark was committed to public service. I often looked to him for guidance and counsel as he provided a steady hand and leadership for the citizens of Craven County. His presence has been invaluable to the county, and he will be sorely missed," end quote. Now, the board says funeral arrangements are in the works, and more information is expected to be shared later. And finally, do want to highlight your weather forecast today is looking like it's going to be a hot one out there, as air temperatures right now in Washington already sitting at 80 degrees. Feels like 82 when you factor the humidity. And I know humidity has been a topic of discussion as of late. I know we've been highlighting the fact that we've been anticipating a humidity rise over the past really 48 hours. We have seen humidity levels rise. The good news, though, is that earlier this week on Monday and Tuesday, humidity levels were low enough that even a few days of rise still kind of keeps us in a relatively comfortable place. But through today, thanks to those southwesterly winds right now blowing in at about 5 miles an hour, the humidity will continue to increase. It's gradual, but again, by the time we get to tomorrow, you're going to be feeling like, all right, summer is still very much a possibility here in eastern North Carolina. Now, we are going to have essentially kind of 2 days of this summertime weather, today and tomorrow. Right now, air temperatures starting to work their way out of the 70s and into the low 80s. We've got 80 degrees through Elizabeth City, Williamston, Washington, Swan Quarter, Oriental, as well as Beaufort. Stumpy Point, however, is really leading the race. 84 degrees right now. Jacksonville sitting at 81. Quite a few areas at 79 degrees. Hatteras, New Bern, Kenansville, Greenville, all again coming in at about 79 degrees. It is warm already compared to where we were yesterday, but humidity again is also a big focus with those southwesterly winds. They don't just bring in heat, they bring in both heat and humidity, and the combo of the two will lead to a better opportunity for a little bit of some sweat going on later on this afternoon, as those highs are expected to get into the low 90s. Right now, dew points in the mid to upper 60s with a few areas in the 70s, starting to get a little bit tropical out there in terms of how much moisture is in our air mass. And so long as we maintain at least a southerly component to our wind direction, we're not really going to be seeing any sort of a dip in that humidity until that changes. So right now, again, with a steady southwesterly wind across most of eastern North Carolina, I do see you guys in Ocracoke raising your hands over there saying, well, Charlie, no, we got more of a northwesterly wind right now. Totally appreciate that. But again, through the day, those winds are going to be shifting as well. Right now, wind speed's not all that impressive, coming in at about 4 to 8 miles an hour. Coming up this afternoon, I'm anticipating a lot of those wind speeds will get up to around a 6 to 12 mile per hour range. A little bit stronger than what we're seeing right now, but certainly not going to be a super breezy day. The winds will be strong enough to, again, keep that heat and humidity flowing into the area, but not really strong enough to really blow your hair around too much. Here's what we've got coming up for your Saturday evening. Again, more of a southerly breeze. Some areas an easterly wind, others, again, southwesterly, but so long, again, as we maintain that southerly direction, we're not really going to be seeing a big change in your humidity outlook again, until that changes. Now, here's kind of a big picture look at what we've got going on. Area of high pressure is doing a great job of keeping us relatively clear today, but that high is going to fade. And with an incoming frontal boundary that's set to sweep across eastern North Carolina coming up this Saturday, particularly Saturday evening into Sunday morning, that could result in perhaps a few rain showers. I think we'll have a better opportunity for raindrops coming in on Sunday as that front kind of stalls near the coast, and that could again lead to a better opportunity for rain showers, particularly on the eastern side of Highway 17. But that will be followed up by an area of high pressure off to the west. That one's going to take some time to actually make it over the mountains, though. So even as we head into next week, we are still anticipating, again, some scattered showers possible coming up for your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Overnight lows taking quite the dip from really Saturday night into Sunday night, going from 70 degrees as we wake up early Sunday morning. That means we are still going to be feeling quite humid for your Sunday, at least to start the day. As we wake up Monday, we'll get back to, again, a little bit more of a comfortable feeling. Overnight lows in the low 60s, morning lows in the low 60s. Again, we'll feel comfortable as we start next week. And then again, we'll see below average temperatures for your daytime highs and relatively average temperatures for your overnight lows. That's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Do want to say good morning to Darnett Gardner. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Hopefully, Darnett, you have a wonderful Friday. We'll be back with more news and weather right here on the First Alert Desk coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, again, have a wonderful Friday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.